Read the text below, then look for the next light to continue.
Your last telegram, where you told me that they had decided to treat you with medication rather
This is the first chapter of Letters to Jose. These are the options. Touch the pen on the left to start the story. Touch the hand in the middle to explore the paper world, or touch the tie on the right to start the tutorial. What do you want to do? You have touched the pen. Look for the light. Then pose and place the puppet to continue the story.
First pictures from Bogota reveal the capital of Colombia in the grip of unrestricted anarchy following the assassination of the Liberal Party leader, Dr. Gaitán. Mobs sweep through the streets armed with guns and machetes. Hardly a building or a shop of any size is left undamaged. The assassin of the party leader is lynched by the crowds, his body dragged through the streets and left before the presidential palace.
Touch the word blaze, or look for the light on the right and then touch the burning tram to continue. Read the text below, then look for the next light to continue.
April 29th, 1948. Dear Jose, you cannot imagine how confused we were at home since April 9th, the day of the upheaval that shook the whole country. I was not worried about you, though. First, because there was little chance that you were on active duty that day, and second, because if something happened to you, I'm sure that it would have been in defense of the homeland, order, and worthy ideals, all so sacred that to die for them is not to die.
To continue, touch the word man next to the light in the panel on your right. Read the text on top, look for the light, and then touch the words charge or change to continue listening to the letter.
I am happy that you left home for the capital, not because I ran out of brotherly love, but because I want you to become your own man, get a sense of what life is all about, and learn to value all that it offers. You should love and protect everything that is beautiful, noble, sublime, or good, and reject everything vulgar, ridiculous, and dirty. If you aspire to be someone in life, cast away hesitation, doubt, and shyness.
Touch the word change to continue, or look for the light next to the building on the other side of the paper world.
The matter of the attorney in Bogota is easy to solve. Here's how. I will write Mr. Gomez and ask for his address. If he agrees to take care of this issue, he will send me back a telegram. Then I'll send you a telegram with his name and address. As for your suitcase, ship it home if you can. If you can't, just pawn it. If you have any trouble, let me know. Not like a brother, but like a friend. Jesus.
Touch the word charge to continue, or look for the next light on the building on the other side of the paper world. Read the text on the top left corner. When you are done, look for the lights on both sides of the paper world to continue.
July 25th, 1948. Dear Jose, thanks for your letter, where you tell me what you have been up to. It arrived when I least expected it. I feel that you are finally getting settled, which makes me very happy. I have my own idea of happiness. You are happy when you are satisfied with your actions, when you see that your projects and ideas are brought to completion, especially when you have to overcome obstacles and hardships.
To continue, look for the light on your left. Read the text on the bottom of the panel, and finally pick and place a family card.
Hernando says he's very bored with the jewelry store and is thinking of working in a factory, something he wanted to avoid. As you know, if you work in a factory, you stay in a factory. You get stuck there. You can kiss goodbye your ideas of getting ahead and of being independent. I think he should rather wait until he gets used to the work or take up something else that might come up.
To continue, place a new family card, or look for the blinking light on the right. Read the text on the right, then look for the next light. Finally, pose and place the puppet. To continue.
I took an exam in July and did very well. My plan is to finish all the required courses this year and then go on with my internship. I am not sure whether it is going to be in Medellin or not. In any case, I'm thinking of taking the preparatory exams during the internship and also working on my thesis so I can graduate soon.
Look for the light on the right and then touch the word fate. Read the text below and look for the next light. Then carefully pull the string and hold to listen the end of this chapter.
Did you hear that your friend Jaime was murdered? It happened in a brothel for not letting another man dance with the woman he was dancing with. Such sad news. I do not want to make this too long. I'll write you another long letter in a few days. In any case, I'll tell you what I told Alfonso. Always remember that you are a man. No more for now. Cordially yours, Jesus.
This concludes the first chapter of Letters to Jose. Walk to the next paper world on your right, or go back to the first panel and touch the hand to explore the paper world. Welcome to the second chapter of Letters to Jose. To begin, read the text on the left. Once you are finished, choose one of these options. You can explore this paper world by touching the objects with lights on next to them. Or, you can set the dial below either to Survival or Existence to continue the story. What is your choice? You've chosen Existence. Look for the next blinking light on the right, and touch the word Joy to continue.
November 28th, 1948. Dear Jose, it is with the sole purpose of letting you know about my successes so we can both share the joy that seizes my soul. I have finally completed all the required courses for my degree. I still had 3 exams to go when the selection process started for 3 resident positions at the municipality maternity clinic. Given my love for obstetrics, I decided to apply.
Touch the word child to listen more about his life at the clinic, or set the dial to survival at the beginning to change.
The exam was tough, and it took 2 days. 1 for the theoretical exam and 1 for the practical. I was selected, and on October 15th, I started my residency. It is a position of responsibility. You see, in each and every case, you are responsible for 2 lives, the mother's and that of the child that is going to be born. And there are certain cases where you have to decide whether you save one or the other. Only a thorough assessment can help you make a decision without any regrets or feelings of guilt.
Read the paragraph inside the room on the right, and then touch this way or that way to continue.
As for the thesis, we can choose a topic right here at the clinic and work on it little by little. My plan is to finish as soon as possible and graduate.
To continue, touch the words that way, place the puppet on the bed, or look for the blinking light close to the train on the other side of the paper world.
We have excellent single-furnished rooms with everything we need. The food is great. We're in charge, big responsibility, and the team of nurses and staff depend on us. Those of us doing the shift, of course.
Touch the words this way, or look for the light next to the train behind this panel to continue. You can also place the puppet in the last panel on the other side of the paper world to end this chapter. Read the text on the left, look for the light, and place Mama Rosita, Hernando, or Alberto's character card to listen about their life.
At home, everyone is doing better, thank God. Rest assured that if anything happens, I'll let you know. But whatever happens, do not take so long to write to our mom, who is always asking for you. If you need anything or something happens to you, do not hesitate to send me a telegram.
Place Hernando or Alberto's character card, or look for the next light in the jungle on the right to continue. Read the text by the mountains. Then, either place the puppet in the jungle, or look for the light in the last panel on the right to continue.
Sometime in early 1949. Jose, it is no longer from the clinic that I write to you, but from a clearing in the middle of the jungle. Here I have learned the value of the word absence. It has been a month and 5 days, and I have only received 1 letter from home. I drown my nostalgia in work and study. What gives me strength? The hope for a happier tomorrow, for me and my family. I cannot tell you whether I feel that I fit here or not. What I can tell you is that it is a good position, and that is the very reason why I came.
Touch any button on the radio to continue hearing about Jesus's work in the jungle, or look for the light in the last panel on the right to continue.
What a different scene this is compared to a city. It is something that you will remember, but not miss. The accommodations here at the mine quarters are great, as well as the food. I even have a fridge in my apartment. What I really miss is a radio.
Read the text in the last panel on the right, and then touch the word place to continue.
The medical team is making arrangements for the arrival of another doctor. When he finally comes, I will go to Medellin to try to tie a few loose ends, that is, the preparatory exams and the thesis. I finished the thesis before I left the clinic. I just need to write the final draft and submit it.
If you want to return to the start of this chapter, set the dial to existence. If not, touch the buttons on the radio or sit the puppet on top of this mountain to complete this chapter.
Alberto asked me to get him a job at the mine, but I do not like that idea. First of all, because of the salary. He would earn very little. And second, because it is not a good place for a man who is starting in life. He needs some life experience first. In here, he would break down. I send you a hug, fellow passenger in life. Cordially yours, Jesus.
This is the end of the second chapter of Letters to Jose. Move to the next paper world behind you to explore the third and final chapter of this story. Having access to a good health service was not possible for those who worked in rural areas away from the city. During this time, and thanks to new scientific breakthroughs, medical students had access to new knowledge to treat their patients. This allowed young doctors to work in isolated communities as part of a new public health policy. Welcome to the third and final chapter of Letters to Jose. Read the text on the top right corner, and then touch the keys L or B in the typewriter to start. What is your choice? You've typed the letter L on the typewriter. Look for the next light on your right. Touch the word Bogota to continue.
Sometime during the autumn of 1950. After many days of not writing, for reasons that will come clear later, it is a pleasure to take this time to write you a letter, as I have many things to tell you. First of all, I should tell you that you left me waiting for a letter from you after the first telegram, where you told me you were going to have surgery, but did not know whether it would be in Cali or that they would have to take you to Bogota. I thought it best to send you a telegram right away.
Read the text on the right panel, look for the light, and then pose and place the puppet to continue.
Your last telegram, where you told me that they had decided to treat you with medication rather than to perform surgery, arrived at a time when it was practically impossible to write to you. You see, they asked the other physician at the mine to resign.
Look for the light in the middle of this panel, then touch the number 20 to continue.
I was on my own for 20 days and had to work like crazy day and night. Finally, a colleague arrived. It was Dr. Ramiro Mejia. If I'm not mistaken, it was he who treated Hernando when he had his heart trouble.
Read the text on the next panel, look for the light, and then pull the tab to slowly unfold the village. Finally, touch the church's tower to continue.
I was dying to go home because it had been 4 months since my last visit. I was more concerned about Carlina. As you may imagine, it was much harder for her not to see her mother for so long. We left on June 28th and returned on July 4th. What happy days we spent in the company of our beloved families.
To continue, look for the next light in the back of this paper world and then touch the word love. If you have already completed this part of the story, look for the light in the last panel at the end of the other side.
I would like to finish by reminding you that I am the same person as always. I feel that I am capable to love my parents and siblings with the same intensity as before, without diminishing the great love I have for my wife. I send you a hug, Jesus.
Read the text below, look for the next light and then touch the word elsewhere to continue.
Because I had already spent a year in these parts and my prospects for a job elsewhere were better, I tendered my resignation as soon as I got back.
Look for the next light and touch the stack of coins in the bottom corner of this panel to continue.
What do I get by saving a few cents now if tomorrow I'm stuck as a general practitioner, condemned to mediocrity? You cannot hire a physician these days with the low salary they offer. I was earning 675 pesos as chief medical officer, and with the approved increase, it came to 750. They offered the directorship and asked me how much more money it would take to get me to stay. But it was too late, because I had already made up my mind.
Touch the word brakes next to the light in front of you.
The routine of general practice at a company and living in the backwoods will break you down if you do it for too long, dear. The biggest advantage here is that life is very cheap and you can save some money.
Read the text in the next panel and then either touch the airplane or place a family card to continue.
July 9th, 1951. You are already mature enough to know that you have to face difficulties with courage, integrity, and frankness. When trouble came up before, I had to face it alone. What did Dad know about it? Or Alfonso? Or you? Nothing. What could you have done? Nothing. Things have changed now. If something happens, the four of us will face it. Our faith in God will protect us. Do not feel uneasy about this. I just needed to vent a little with you.
Look for the light below and place Hernando, Enrique, Alfonso or Marta's family card to hear more about Jesus's family. To continue the story, look for the light on the next panel.
Dad had the cheek to come home one morning to get one of his suits. He had a big smile on his face, but his heart was full of poison. He did not even ask about Mom. I'm also waiting for the right time to have a face-to-face with him.
Place a family card to hear more about Jesus's family, touch the airplane, or look for the light on the next panel to continue.
I accepted the position of internist at Santa Gertrudis Clinic in Envigado, but I have to tell you that I'm not happy about it. It is true that they pay well, but it does not compensate for the hours you have to put in. I can only go home from 6 p.m. on Saturday until 6 p.m. on Sunday. My wife and our little girl are in Copacabana, as I have not rented a house in this town. I honestly could resign at any time.
Look for the next light on the right. Read the text and then touch the word pride to continue.
March 26, 1952. My remembered Jose. Since my engagement, and for reasons that you may know, an atmosphere of hostility and misunderstanding was created for me. Do you think that the day before my marriage, my sister, whom I gave a part of my life, and despite asking her, she wanted to join me? My family, bitter the happiest day a man has indisputably in his life.
Find the next light and then touch the card to continue.
That is why I did not write you before. I thought that you were also against me, and I was determined to face your indifference. My heart, despite the troubles I have had, and despite being in daily contact with pain, has not been able to harden. I confidentially tell you, October, November, and December were months for me of real poverty. The car that I bought, I had to return it because I did not have the money to finish paying for it.
If you have not experienced the front part of this paper world, look for the light on the back. If you have, slowly lift the tab below to continue.
I am well settled here in Envigado. I moved to another house that is more spacious and centrally located. It was a small plot where I spend a great time planting and gardening my vegetables. You asked me to tell you about the baby. We named him Leon Ramiro, in memory of a great friend from medical school who died during our 5th year.
Read the text on the right corner, then blow into the big flower to conclude the story.
I only have to tell you what I already told you before. Live your life in a way so that you are always satisfied with your actions. You are already a grown man, and as such, you can do and think whatever you want. Never do or say what others do. Do and say what you should do and say because only you are responsible for your actions. Follow this advice, and you will be happy. No more for today. I bid you goodbye and send you a hug. Your brother, Jesus.
Finally, Jose became a man, and Jesus was happy about it. He was proud that his brother walked on the right path. The exact same path that led them to live very different lives. This concludes Letters to Jose. Thank you for taking part in this experience.